morning, third year students. Now we are starting with the estimation of alcohol, that is ethanol estimation, and we are going to proceed for the practical theory. Alcohol estimation. This practical is to be done after you have already distilled your broth. Okay, after completion of the fermentation of alcohol. Okay, so now we are proceeding with this particular practical. And before we start this practical, it is very important to understand that what is ethanol. What is ethanol? Ethanol is the end product of anaerobic fermentation carried out by yeast. Okay, and here sugars or carbohydrates are utilized by the microorganisms. Okay, so it is anaerobic fermentation of sugars carried out by certain microorganisms, and they produce end product as ethanol. Okay, so ethanol is the end product of anaerobic fermentation carried out by microorganisms. Okay, now this particular method is called by the name potassium dichromate method. The name of the method is potassium dichromate method. Why? Because here we are using this particular reagent. Here we are doing titrimetry as well as iodometry. So this method is called titrimetric iodometric method. Okay. Now we'll write the reaction. What actually happens when we start estimating alcohol? Very firstly, potassium dichromate will bind with ethanol in the presence of acid. This is our ethanol, and it will give us the end products like now the third end product is very important. And also 4 water molecules. Okay, so this is the exact equation, okay, of the method. Actually, what are the end products when we are doing estimation of alcohol? Okay, so now try to concentrate on the third end product. We are learning about the mechanism of the method or principle of the method. That is Cr2SO4 twice. Now try to concentrate on this product. Now what happens to the product? Okay, it will then after react with added potassium iodide. Okay, potassium iodide is then after added inside, and it will react with potassium iodide, and it will liberate iodine. Iodine will be liberated in the atmosphere. Okay, and as a result, when you add the starch indicator, the color of the material will turn blue. Okay, starch is here as indicator. Okay, so what happens that this third end product will bind with Ki and iodine will get liberated, and then after when you add 1 or 2 drops of the starch solution, this solution will become blue in color. Okay, dark blue in color. Now what will happen? Now you have to titrate this solution with another reagent, that is sodium thiosulfate. Sodium thiosulfate. And this is the titration you are going to do. Okay, you have to take 10 ml of pipette, 10 ml capacity pipette, and you have to fill the pipette with sodium thiosulfate, and you have to shake your flask of this mixture, and gradually you have to add the drop wise sodium thiosulfate solution in this flask. Okay, and you have to wait for the end point. Now what will be the end point? End point will be colorless solution. So as soon as your solution in this flask will get colorless, you have to stop immediately and note down the end point. Okay, end point will not be noted down in the terms of time, but in the terms of the sodium thiosulfate concentration. Okay, so how much of the sodium thiosulfate is already used up during this particular coloration, okay, or this particular titration, that you have to note down. Okay, is it very clear to everybody? Fine. Now we'll write down the protocol of the matter. So very firstly, we will write here protocol for alcohol estimation. So very firstly, we will try to understand that we are going to take the different tubes. Label the tubes as D. Then we are going to take the standards, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, you can take more also, there is no problem. And here we will also take the experimental, that is our E1 or E2, or only E will also be fine. You can take 2-3 dilutions, or you can take 1 dilution also. Now after labeling, you are adding the aliquot of the alcohol. Okay, so add alcohol. This will be our standard ethanol. So add standard ethanol. Now, then after, it is to be added in this quantity. Okay, 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, and in that way. Okay. For experiment, you can take any of these out of these 2 or 1 or 0.5 or any quantity. Okay, there is no problem. So in B there will be 0 concentration of ethanol. In S1 there will be 0.5 ml of the ethanol. So in that way. Now after this you have to add the distilled water to make the final quantity 4 ml. So in the B you are adding 8 distilled water to make up the final quantity 4 ml. So in B you are adding 4 ml, and here you will add 3.5, 3, 2.5, 2 and in this way. Okay. So after addition of the distilled water you are adding potassium dichromate. So that will be addition of 10 ml. Add 10 ml potassium dichromate solution which is 0.04%. 0.04% potassium dichromate is taken in 10 ml quantity in each of these tube. Okay. Now after addition of dichromate solution, you have to shake your tubes and incubate it for half an hour. Incubation is to be allowed, and that is at room temperature. Room temperature incubation is very important in this practical. Then after, this material is to be transferred in bigger flask, that is 250 ml capacity of the flask. Okay. Now take a new flask and add this quantity in the flask. And now in this flask you are adding 100 ml of distilled water from outside. Okay. Now you have to take all these liquors in flask now. Okay. And in these liquors, these different liquors which you have already taken from the tube. Okay. Now from tube you are adding in the flask. Okay. And in that flask you have to add 100 ml of distilled water. Okay. Now after this particular step, you are adding now 25% potassium iodide. That will be in quantity of 4 ml in each of the flask. 4 ml. Now as soon as you will add Ki, iodine will get liberated. Okay. So these flasks are to be plugged tightly with rubber cork or any cork. Okay. So there should be some lid or cork which will close the mouth of this flask. Otherwise iodine will get liberated, it will go in the atmosphere, and amount of the iodine liberated will not be measured properly by your titrometric method. Okay. So here you have closed the mouth of the flask after addition of Ki. Then after you shake it properly, shake your flask, and then you have to add, shake your flask, and after that you have to add indicator starch. Starch is working here as indicator. So after shaking, you are adding 0.5 ml of starch in all the flasks one by one, gradually, not at one time. Okay. And then after, your titration will start now. You will titrate the liberated iodine with 0.5 normal. Na2S2O3, sodium thiosulfate. Okay. Now this thing is to be taken in the 10 ml pipette. And this titrometric method or titration is just as similar as you are doing it in the chemistry laboratory. There is not at all any change. Now you have to go for endpoint searching, endpoint finding. So endpoint will be after addition of the starch, the color of the solution will get blue. Now when you are adding sodium thiosulfate gradually, at one point you will stop because now the color has changed from blue to color red. So end point will be noted when your solution becomes colorless. When your solution becomes colorless. This is your end point of this dichromate method. Okay. Fine. Now after this much of the work, what is to be done? Now you have to draw the graph. Draw graph of standard ethanol estimation. Okay. Now here when you are making a graph, it is called standard plot or standard graph of alcohol estimation. Now in the standard graph, how you are going to make it? On x-axis and on y-axis, which values you are going to take? On x-axis you are taking milligrams of ethanol, and on y-axis you are going to take B minus E. B that is blend and E that is experimental. Okay? In ml. So when you will draw your graph, it will be like this. This type of graph you will see when you have taken both the values, B minus E and ethanol. Now your experimental will have some B minus E value. Okay? So here your experimental suppose comes. So this is the value of your experimental tube, and you are then after going through the standard line. Okay? So to make a straight line from your value found out, and then after you will find out the concentration of ethanol exactly present in that test tube or in that experimental tube. Okay? So this will be your finding. It will be in milligrams. It will be in milligrams of ethanol. Okay? So this is the way how we can go for alcohol estimation. Is it very clear to everybody? Fine. Now we will have the overview of the alcohol production and estimation. Okay? Just we will have an overview. Okay, we will try to recollect what we have already studied. Okay, first of all, we will take the, you can say, inoculum, and we will take the production medium. Okay, this will be our inoculum, and this will be our ethanol water, which is already having production medium. Okay, it will be dark in color and it will have enough of the height. Okay, and it will have enough part of the bottom also. So now after addition of the inoculum, we are going for three things. Very first is we are checking the pH by withdrawing 20 ml. 20 ml broth we have already taken out now after shaking once. Okay, when you add the inoculum, shake only for once. Okay, to uniformly distribute the inoculum in the production medium, and then after you withdraw the 20 ml of the broth. First of all, you are on the first day going to check pH, then after you are going to do gram staining, and then after you are going to do Coles method. Now when you are doing Coles method, what is to be understood that directly broth cannot be taken for Coles method. Okay, first of all we will pre-treat it. First of all, hydrolysis will take place with the help of concentrated HCl and boiling water bath. Okay, after complete hydrolysis, we will neutralize our broth. Okay, that will be by addition of the sodium bicarbonate. Okay, after neutralization, we will dilute out our sample. Why? Because here the jaggery is in too much of the amount. Okay, that is 80% of the jaggery we have taken in production medium. So by Coles method, it cannot be estimated properly. Okay, so we will make the dilutions of your sample, and then after we will go for pulse method. In pulse method also, first of all we will go for pilot reading, that will be with the help of 0.1 ml pipette, and then after we will go for 3 different titration readings, okay, and that will be also with the diluted material or diluted growth, okay. After pilot reading, you will again dilute out your sample as 1:30, okay, and then after you are going to do the titration readings for pulse method. After doing titration readings, you will then after get the average of all 3 values, and then after you will calculate the gram percent total sugar, okay, from the pulse method calculation parameter, okay. So after that formula already used, you are going to find out that how much is the gram percent sugar found in this production medium, okay. For 3 days successively, on each day you are going to do the same process, okay. You are again repeating all these 3 processes. Why? Because we want to know the status of pH, the status of purity, the status of gram percent total sugar, and the status of gram percent sugar consumed, okay. So for that particular reason we are repeating all these parameters every day. Now after the completion of this fermentation, that is on the 3rd day. On the 3rd day, what we are going to do? We are collecting 100 ml of the broth from our production unit. Then after it will be pre-treated before we go for alcohol estimation. Okay. Now how it will be pre-treated? First of all, we will go for filtration. After filtration, we will go for precipitation with the help of ZnSO4, zinc sulfate. And after precipitation, we will go for distillation. After distillation, we will properly dilute our sample. That is dilution. And after dilution, we will go for alcohol estimation or ethanol estimation. Now whenever ethanol estimation is done, now we will have one graph which will tell us the quantity of ethanol present in our production medium, okay, produced in our production medium. Okay, so after this much of the thing, we are going to draw final graph of production of ethanol, and that will be with 3 different parameters. Okay, these 3 different parameters will be pH, gram percent total sugar, and gram percent sugar consumed. Okay, every day we are estimating the quantity of the sugar in production medium. So sugar consumed can also be found out from the deduction. Okay, so first of all, we will see that what are the values on different axes of these different parameters. So very firstly, for pH, we will take 1 centimeter is equal to 1 pH. Okay. For gram percent sugar also, one centimeter is equal to 1 to 2 gram. And for sugar consumed also in the same way. Okay, this will be our 3 different parameters on y-axis. This all will come on y-axis. And what will be on x-axis? On x-axis, you will write the hours of fermentation. You will write the hours of fermentation. So 2 centimeter is equal to 12 hours. So these are the parameters we are going to set to draw the final graph of alcohol production and how it will look like. Okay, we will try to draw the graph at the end of the lecture. So in this way, we will have three different y-axis or two different y-axis, and then after we will have the idea that what will be the status of this way. Here it will be hours, here it will be sugar, and here it will be pH. Okay. Now the pH will be initially having no change, and then after gradually it will fall down. It will go to acidic side. Okay. Fine. Then after there will be gram% total sugar and gram% consumed sugar. So gram% total sugar will fall down, because as there will be progress in the fermentation, there will be decrease in the amount of the total sugar, and the sugar consumed, amount of sugar consumed will increase with the time. Okay. So this is the way how we are getting the results. Your points will be somewhere here, and it will be different points. You can show it with some difference. Okay. So this will be your final graph of fermentation of ethanol. Is it very clear? Okay. So here we end the ethanol fermentation. Okay. And in very near future we are going to start the practical.